What is going on, guys? This is Kevin Gidrey, and I'm very excited to have our first episode with two very special members of our gym here at Find a Way Fitness. And it's two very powerful stories. I met Angela Vega about last year around December when she won our contest, and she actually won a free year membership at our gym, which led me to Miss Z Martinez.
Yes.
And she's been coming to the gym now, going on 4 or 5?
Since October.
Since October of 2020. And I'm very excited because these two right here have two very special stories. And I wanted to dive right into it. And just with you, Z, wanted to start off in regards to who you are, a little bit of background about yourself, and who is Z Martinez?
Okay, well, my name is Zelina Martinez, and Kev calls me Z Money when I'm working out, which gives me the motivation that I need because I be having to find a way for real.
Yes.
I am a 43-year-old mom of 3, and I say 3 because I acquired a daughter. I have a 22-year-old daughter, 2 grandkids, 6 and 16 months, a 19-year-old son, and a 16-year-old son. I am a wife, a mom, a friend.
Yes.
I met Angie through church. We go to Life Point Church, and Angie went through what I went through. Hers was a lot harder than my struggle, but we connected on that level. And she just loved on me and gave me the strength to get through my battle when I went through it. And she just told me what to expect, what things I could do for my health to help me get through the things that I was gonna feel from the side effects and all of that. And our children went to school together, and they helped my youngest get through it because I literally just got diagnosed when he was starting high school.
Wow.
So that was a tough time for him. And so her daughter and
Now, when
her
you say
son,
diagnosed, let the listeners know, and the people watching.
I basically was diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma, which is a form of breast cancer, and I am triple negative, which means that my BRCA was negative, my estrogen and progesterone were negative. Unfortunately, in breast cancer terms, that's the worst diagnosis you can have.
Oh, wow.
You want one of those to be positive so you could be treated. There was no form of treatment for me except chemo, so it was straight to chemo.
Wow.
So it was rough.
Wow.
But I made it, and I can honestly say, standing here in front of you today, that I am completely cancer-free. And
That's amazing.
I'm happy to say that, and sometimes I didn't feel that way. But there were plenty of times I would call Angie crying, and she would be like, "You got this, girl, because I did it. So if I did it, you could do it."
Yes.
And, then I met you. I was able to sign up for the contest that Angie tagged me in, and you and Tasha chose me.
That's awesome.
And I won my membership here, and I lost weight before I got here because I gained a lot of weight with chemo, unfortunately. And when I met you, I told you my story. I told you what I thought I couldn't do, and you told me, no, you're gonna do it, and you're gonna find a way, you're gonna move, and I do. And there's times I have to modify, but I never stop, I never quit, and I've lost weight, and I just feel great.
That's amazing, because we train a lot of moms here, and a lot of powerful stories, and I think her story not only inspires me, but it inspires the community that we have here. We call our community Find a Way Family, because we really are a family. And a lot of us all have our different trials and tribulations, struggles, and so forth. But the whole message behind not only the Find a Way podcast, but Find a Way Fitness, is there's 2 things you can do. You can either find an excuse or you can find a way. And that's exactly what you did. Yep. And I kind of did in reverse order, because I met you first, because you won the original contest.
Yes.
That was the first contest we threw since we opened up the gym. And so many people tagged you when I made that year membership offer. We did a little contest. I was like, who is Angie? Like, everybody keeps tagging her. You got to pick her. I was getting DMs, all kind of crazy messages. Wow. Like, she must have a powerful story. So leading to you, who is Angela Vega?
Who is Angie? Well, I am 49 years old today. I was diagnosed when I was 43, going on to 44. with invasive ductal stage 2. I am a BRCA2 positive, which means that I have a tendency to get other types of forms of cancer, whether it's ovarian, just many others. I am a mom of 4, 2 of which are my stepdaughters, and they're amazing. And then I have my 2 youngest kids. I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a friend.
Yes.
So I'm not a grandmother yet, but I'm striving for that. Anyway, I was born in Cuba and came to this country when I was 8 years old. So very fortunate that I am here today because of many sacrifices that my parents made for me to have
Powerful.
this platform that I'm in right now. So
Powerful.
that's who Angie is.
Yes, and I'm always seeing you. Like, I love following your Instagram stories because you're very entertaining. Not only you, but your husband.
Yes.
And he is just like he's just like an original guy where you got to see it to believe some of this stuff.
This is true.
He is very active. I'm always seeing him build things.
Always.
You guys just built your own new house.
Yep.
Where is that? What was
It's in
that?
Franklinton.
Franklinton, that's
Yeah.
where it was. And I think it was snowing there a little bit. I
Yeah,
think you
last
posted
night.
Last night.
Last
yeah.
night it snowed. Yeah.
And I wish we could have him up here because that'll be a whole nother
That's
beast.
a whole
my
nother.
gosh.
That's a whole nother
That's a whole
level.
segment in
Yeah.
itself.
Yes, because
Yeah.
he's like 10x.
Yes.
Anything
Yes.
you can imagine.
Yes.
Which leads me into the word community. As you know here, we got a community of all kind of different personalities, different backgrounds, different stories. So when you guys hear, Z, when you hear the word community, what does that, what kind of goes off in your brain when you hear the word community?
So community for me is something that I hold dear to my heart because besides community here in the gym, I feel like my own family is my community because they were the ones who got me through my struggle.
Yes.
And community is just, in my eyes, people who love on each other and never let each other fall. And always are there to pick you up if you do fall and let you know you got it. And they're gonna do it with you.
That's powerful.
So that's what community means
That's
to me.
powerful. And that's one thing we see in our, we got a Facebook members page where you see different people paying for other people's memberships when they're down, having financial troubles, where you see somebody, hey, I'll pick this up for you. Hey, it's your first time at the gym. Let me make sure I meet you at the front and I'll show you the ropes. And that's kind of what our community did when you first came in, because everybody was like, she won the contest, everybody was happy for you and they couldn't wait for you to come into the gym. So how did you see, like when you first came in, what were your first thoughts about the Find Your Way community when you entered us?
Well, first thing I want to say, when I first walked in here, the first thing I looked at, that you have no mirrors. I love that. It's one of the first things that struck me because I think that's very important. You know, not looking at yourself while you're working out. That way you can give that full, intense workout. Because you look at yourself and you automatically go, ugh. It's just mental.
Yeah.
Community. The community in here, Kevin, I can't even, I don't know how to describe it. It's amazing. The fact that as soon as I walked in, everybody was very vigilant in my workout, in the form of they knew there's certain things I couldn't do with my upper body, and everybody was aware of that. Like they had empathy, but not in a bad way. Like they were like, okay, if he does something like a sit-up, like a push-up, maybe we can modify it for her. And your community was on me. Like
That's
they
awesome.
weren't on me, but they were on me. They were, okay, hey, don't do that, do this. Or they saw my face of frustration and they would constantly like come to me and just encourage and give me a hug or whatever it was. So yes, community is family. Community here is you have made this true. You have made this come true for people like us that have to, redefine our workout
Exactly.
or, just make it a different way that's not like everybody else. But you have built that here, and that's what makes us want to keep coming back
powerful.
and back and back
Exactly.
and back.
That's powerful.
Yes.
And it is overwhelming at times, only because I'm helping a lot of people, and I want to make sure I help as much as I can. So I'm always getting pulled in different directions, and trying to respond to everybody, make sure I don't leave anybody out, and to see that the community can pick up where I left off without me even saying anything. I think that's
Absolutely.
just something that is out of love.
Yes.
And I think when love wins, we all win.
Absolutely.
And when you lead with love, powerful things can happen as so. And that's how we were able to build the Find a Way family, from people just seeing our story and seeing the Find a Way mentality. I think when people harness that Find a Way mentality, it transfers not only in the gym, but outside the gym. And I think that's just something that you cannot recreate unless you have somebody willing to do it,
right.
like 100%.
That's right.
And they're willing to take that sacrifice of getting up every morning at 4 a.m. and helping. And I don't want to make this about me.
But it is, because this community started by you and your wife, and it's helped us continue to build on that community.
Yeah.
So you give us 150%, and we're going to give you 150%. We want to.
That's powerful.
We want to,
Exactly.
because that's the power of it.
That's powerful.
So I'm happy you're giving this to us, because we're super happy to give it back.
That's powerful.
We've become stronger because of
Yes.
you.
Yes, that's powerful. Man.
The don'ts have turned
Don't try to
into
get me
do's.
emotional up here.
No.
Trying to get me emotional up here, dog. Oh man, and this is kind of why I wanted to open up the Find a Way podcast, because when we're coming in here, we're doing our 45 minutes, we're working out. We don't get these kind of deep conversations where you can see a different perspective from outside the community and within the community. And this is one of our first podcasts. I'm very happy you guys came on. It's so powerful for people to see, not just you guys with your hair sweat, all the sweat, all that going on, but just a different avenue. And I wanted to ask this question in regards to health and fitness and what you guys have gone through. If you were able to talk to your younger self, all right, say 15, 20 years ago, what are some key words of advice you would give them to what you know now, starting with you, Miss Angie?
The first thing I would give advice myself on is take care of your physical health as much as your mental health. I don't think I took enough care of my mental health when I was younger. I struggled a lot with, body image, or, what other people saw or thought. And I did take care of my body physically, but mentally, I left that aside. And I think a lot of young adults struggle with the mental part of health. And so what I try to do with this community, the Find a Way community, is help my kids understand that this workout is not about what I see in the mirror, it's how I feel inside, what's coming out of the inside of me, and how I feel about myself, how good I feel about myself. So yeah, I think that that's one of the major key points I would hit, that my mental health.
And you guys know one of my mottos is get your mind right.
That's right. That's it. And it's true.
And it's so true, because I think a lot of people leave that aspect out, as much as going on, especially with nowadays with heading into 2021 with the crazy 2020 that just passed. People have more time to sit at home. People have more time around their families when usually you're probably at work. And we were talking through DMs, I think it was last night, where I posted my horoscope of helping a lot of people, and you're kind of putting yourself second. And she asked me, what do I do to keep my mind right? And I'm glad I brought this up. And I think when people understand that you can only go as far as your mind allows you, in regards to positive thoughts bring positive reactions, just trying to stay optimistic through whatever you're going through. And sometimes it's hard.
Yes.
And you asked me, what do you do to offset that? And one of the things I told you was I spend time with my family. And I get back to my why, and why I do what I do every single day. And sometimes it is a struggle, right? Because you keep wanting to helping, put yourself second. But at one point you have to sit down and say, hey, when are you going to take care of yourself, right?
That's right.
And I always gave my excuse to I'm helping so many people work out, get healthy, get fit. I kind of put myself on the back burner, because by the time I wanted to work out, I was so exhausted from training 200, 300 people. I kind of lost my grind and why I like to work out and why I have an outlet to go to. So same question for you. If you had to tell yourself 10, 15 years before, your younger self, about health, fitness, what would you tell her?
I think what I would tell my younger self is don't worry about what people think about you. I think I might have gotten caught up on that when I was younger. just like Angie said. You know, you let people influence what you do, and you shouldn't. And I'm always telling my kids to be leaders and not followers. And I think sometimes I should have took that advice myself. Just be who you are. Like, love who you are. Love your own skin. Sometimes you're not gonna like the way you look in the mirror, but you could change that. You have the control to change that. And that's how I felt. I didn't like the way I looked. And I was like, I need to do something about it. So I did. And that's what people need to put in their mind. Like, if you don't like something and you have the ability to do something about it, jump on it. Don't be afraid.
Yes.
You know, life is full of chances. And if you don't take action, you're always gonna wonder in the back of your mind, should I, would I, could I? Don't, just do it. Just do it.
Just find a way.
Find a way.
Find your way.
Find a way.
Find your way. I want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day. This is going to inspire a lot of people that see this one way or the other. And I think, and my ending question was, what you guys already answered, when was one time in life? When was the one time in life where it just kind of smacked you in the face? And everything seemed to go against you, and you had to find a way. And I'm glad you guys shared your story of finding a way through those trials and tribulations, because there's going to be another mom that sees this podcast, whether it's 1 week from now, 2 weeks from now, 1 year from now, and it's going to push them to keep pushing.
Yeah, that's right.
It's going to help them, and I've seen it time and time again through transformations of seeing other people. And it's a powerful thing when you guys can be vulnerable to share your stories. So thank you so much, and thank you for coming on our
Thank you
podcast.
Thank you for having us. Yes, we're so happy.
Yes. So that is Miss Z Martinez and Angela Vega. They came in, took care of business. So that's one of the things, TCB, take care of business, and that's what we did today. So thank you guys for coming on the Find a Way podcast. Where could our viewers reach you guys? Instagram, Facebook? Do you guys have any tags or?
Instagram, Angela M. Vega.
Nice.
Can't miss it. It's my name, Angela M. Vega.
And mine is WWZell331, I believe.
We'll put it.
He'll tag me. I don't even know my own tag.
We'll put that in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.